Alrighty, welcome everybody. Welcome. Let's go back here. Okay, so we finished planning. You guys are at the inn across. Were you guys? No, you were guys a street down from the auction house. You guys are in, um, an inn. You all wake up in the morning, um, and it is the day of the auction.
Okay.
The
Does your
auction.
dad have any um clothes for guards or for people that he would bring with him somewhere? Dante?
So
Uh,
I'm just gonna
for me or
refresh.
for the others?
I'm gonna refresh you all. The um the guards are hired from the guild. They are high level
I
like
meant
people from the guild. They do not have any sort of specific uniform. The
I
ones
meant
that do
something
have a specific uniform are the auction house workers.
I meant the people his dad would bring around with him.
Oh, okay.
So not based on the auction house, based on the
Okay,
group we are
I
finding.
misunderstood what you were going for.
He might still just be like everyone's in clothes, but like I'm not sure.
Dante?
This is your chance to put us in little sailor outfits.
Yeah. Do you want to torture them?
You know what? Everyone gets a sailor outfit. Everyone's in a sailor outfit today.
What kind of sailor
I want you
outfit?
all.
Are they in like
Sailor Moon. No, Sailor
Sailor
Moon.
Sailor Moon outfits?
Sailor
Oh,
Moon
Sailor
outfit.
Moon outfits. That's what
Everyone
everyone
gets
on
a
all of your
Sailor
dad's ships wears constantly. We've
Moon.
seen this multiple times.
No. They usually don't, but only for
No, you gotta.
special occasions.
only for special
Only
occasions.
on only on special occasions do they wear Sailor Moon outfit.
It's their
Okay.
formal attire.
Okay.
Yes.
Dorsal
Yes.
is down for this.
Can it?
Uh,
Can we at least
it,
have
it
a
you can have
transformation
you can have yes, but if you're male, you can have pants if you're female, or you can choose to have pants or whatever skirt if you
Dorsal would
want.
like to wear a skirt to see what it's like. He's curious.
Keck will have a speedo.
Solus is not opposed to the idea, but would like to point out that we might have a lot of unwanted attention in a place where we're trying to pull off a heist.
It's tradition. You don't fuck with tradition.
Does anyone want to make an insight check by any
I do.
chance?
I
I mean,
Wow.
you guys are just taking him at face value. I feel like someone should take an insight check or not as to whether
I'm
or
not just not taking him at
Dante's
face value at all.
fucking-
17.
I think
Dante
we'll see these
is
games are
lying through his teeth right now.
So Dorsal being aware of that doesn't care because he really wants to wear a sailor outfit. So he's not going to let anybody know that Dante is lying his ass off.
Uh, should I roll
presume
the?
you
should I
care
roll
enough
the
to not want
deception?
to put this on and
If you actually, yeah, roll deception, but I don't know if you'll beat a 17. Oh fuck, you did. So you actually don't know that.
I wouldn't have said anything anyways.
Holy fuck! 23.
Wow, you rolled good for once.
Dorsal was 100% on board
Finally,
with the
when
sailor
I'm trying to
outfits.
do something that's with my deception or intimidation or something, it finally works. Yay!
Blue bag today.
Don't worry, Dante. Dorsal was 100% down for the sailor outfit, so he wouldn't have said anything anyways.
Ooh, Yennefer dice.
do you want us to show up in like skimpy things, or do you want to tell us after we're all in them? To it's like, okay, now actually we're dressed like pirates.
I'm going to wait until you're all already dressed, and I want somehow to take a picture of this.
There, you would have to have them stay still for hours to be able to do that.
like our pictures.
Because
Nah,
you have
there's
no,
no kind of
you don't
camera type
have,
thing.
you don't have that kind of device. The only way you would be able to do it is to sketch it out.
Yeah.
Could
You'll get to have
Dorsal
it in
do
your
it?
memories forever.
Dorsal has not created any sort of item that will do such.
Do what?
You haven't
Then
made a
I'll keep it
camera
in
yet.
my memory. I'll keep it in my memory. I'll just enjoy it from just the hilarity of it.
It will definitely come up in stories, but okay. So I guess we're gonna eventually be going in pirate gear.
Yeah,
Sure,
proper shit that
yes.
we have with the regular dudes that are on the ship, whatever they're wearing usually.
Yeah.
Dorsal is all for it.
Cool.
Alrighty.
Okay, let's head towards the auction house at least somewhat early and stake out people coming in.
So the way that the auction house is situated is that it is situated in front of like this. It's not a large courtyard that goes to anything, but it's like a smaller courtyard for and you can see, normally it would have like, normally they dress it up with like benches and like plotted trees and that kind of stuff. At the moment, they're taking those things away, more than likely to get it in shape so that carriages and wagons can be stored in front of the auction house during the auction. Other than that,
Okay,
the
so we're seeing
only
carriages.
buildings across from it are more like, they're more office space. They're not like a cafe or like a
We don't-
bar or something like that where you could like be across the street in a business like watching everything go
necessarily
by.
Need to even see the building. As long as we see people clearly going towards it. So if there's a point in the path where it's like, okay, if they go beyond this point, they're going there. As long as we see people, like as long as we see more than like the person who's going in these carriages, that means that we can at least go that far with Dante without being suspicious.
Okay.
As long as we see somebody enter in before us with guards or without guards, that's fine.
I would say
Okay.
as long as we see someone ahead of us with more than one person, that means we can at least go that far with more than one person. And if it's
At least
weird,
have a plus
then we
one,
can.
essentially.
At
back off
this
in the middle.
point, it is too early in the morning for you to be able to watch that happen. The auction starts the auction starts 5 hours past noon. The doors
Okay.
open 3 hours past noon. You
Okay, so
guys have just gotten
we
ready
got
and
half a
stuff,
day
so I
to
would
do
say
something.
I'd say it's maybe 3-4 hours before noon.
Okay. So I guess we got half a day to kill. We can't get into the place. Dante, you already saw. I guess you only saw
Yeah,
guards,
yesterday
no
I went.
servicemen on the inside.
There was servicemen, but I didn't get a good look. As I recall. Yeah, I think when I did that, I rolled too low on.
Yeah.
Okay. So the part of the plan where we pretend to be servicemen is gonna have to be figured out
Yeah,
over time
but
to see if we can get a
the
hold
guards
of
do not have an armor. Do not have a specific look, as I recall.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
I guess they don't. Do they have a way of recognizing each other?
I don't know, do they?
I guess I'm mostly asking Dante.
I would imagine so.
Probably.
Probably that would. It'd be weird for them not to. Maybe they just only know each other.
Could you imagine if they didn't? The level of confusion. I'm a
if you
It would be
guard.
really silly that any strong person
lie
can walk
well
around
enough.
confidently and they're like, "Ah, I'm a guard."
I'm a guard.
yeah,
No,
if
you're
you-
not. Kill him.
If you lie well enough, you could just be like, "Yeah, I'm Dave. We met last week. Don't you remember? We've been friends for a month."
That is still. That's harder than walking around
It's
telling everyone you're a
possible.
guard and them having no choice but to just
Yeah.
either accept it or question
Exactly.
everyone around them.
Hey Dante, what's your
exactly.
favorite number?
7.
You could always intimidate them into thinking you're a guard.
I wouldn't. Just a reminder.
I'm so
at no
confused why
point
he
in
asked
this
that,
plan
and I'm
under
very
like
scared.
I just need a
bunch
number.
of different steps.
I'm
Dorsal
very
would do
scared
it
as to
because
why
it's
he asked
already
that.
worked.
Dante, can you repeat that one more time?
It was 7, and I'm very scared as to why you asked that.
Okay, it's for later.
Oh, beautiful.
At no point in this plan are we ever going to see the object, grab it, and run, nor try to take down guards in any kind of a even scenario.
It is possible.
Right? That is not planned for us to happen at any point.
That's why you have hostages.
I think
Hello?
we should go
Like
get
our
hostages.
final resort is not take down everyone in the building and grab it and run. Our final resort is try to buy 2 from the guy who bought all 7.
No. Final resort, we take the high-level people hostage. Just
I would draw
As long as
No,
we're all
I'm
clear.
attention.
no, I'm kidding.
As long as we're
We'll
all
just
clear.
rob him.
It's like if you see it in front of you only guarded by 3 guards, let it go.
I think the
We
best
have
time is
more
to
plans.
intercept it between being purchased and being loaded onto whatever
We-
form of
Yeah,
transport is
we have
going on.
better
I do-
opportunities than here.
Final result
We
is
can
to
either
take a
rob them
dignitary
later.
hostage.
All right, lots of things going on. I
We
have
can
one
either rob them
question.
later.
Does anyone want to go? Because there is still a couple hours. Does anyone want to go shopping or anything else before we go?
Nah, I think Dorsal's good.
No?
Doesn't need anything.
I don't think
Uh,
Dorsal has any money. I think he spent it on that
I
scroll.
think I have like 100 something.
If you
gold,
have something
but,
you desperately need, you can ask for money from the group. It's just kind of like Keck's an armorless barbarian that can't cast spells. There's not a whole lot of
Just
things he wants to buy.
Just punch people to death.
Like, there's a couple of magic items that are really cool, but those are like save up for type of stuff.
I mean, yeah, Dorsal doesn't need anything. Because, I mean, realistically, he just measures people and then intimidates people
All right, just making sure.
into thinking he's a guard, oddly enough.
Wait. What if we get somebody the Masquerade Tattoo and then
What?
disguise self?
You're real quiet.
If we get somebody the Masquerade Tattoo and then we
How'd I get 400 gold?
it's a common item.
But remember, tattoos are a thing.
Oh wait, it had an extra cost, didn't it?
Yes. So, for those of you who don't know, because tattoos got added in our last campaign, kind of like halfway through. I decided because there was no like actual way to like, you kind of just got it. I felt that was very like, because it didn't offer a lot of much as to like how you could obtain it. So in order to obtain a tattoo, it has a very, very simple item requirement that you can find literally anywhere.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
were
The
that.
rarer ones have more difficult things to get. The common ones have like super, like you can grab it off a table randomly in somebody's house, kind of common.
Wait, we could get one that's very useful actually.
I will
Shiftweave.
say, I presumed we couldn't get the Masquerade Tattoo because that would perform the function we're trying to get these diamonds for.
Masquerade Tattoo just lets us cast Disguise Self once a day.
Yes, that's what we're getting these diamonds to be able to do. I
That's
presumed
what
we
we're-
couldn't get them because that would have been a good
No.
alternative to this entire plan.
No,
It cannot just be that.
no,
Sky Self normally covers up limbs and covers up what you're doing.
So
Like, it can make you a foot taller or shorter.
So what the device is, so you do not know what the device will fully do. However, you do know that as long as you are wearing it, the effects are permanent. Once you take it off, it will undo itself. However, you do not know what this
Wait, is it
item
a one-time
does.
use item?
You do not know that.
I thought we were getting like a hat of disguise.
You
Like,
never
something
asked
that does disguise self.
questions. This is not an item in an item list. I haven't created this item yet in
I know,
D&D
but I
Beyond
mean, like,
yet.
I presumed hat of disguise self was not viable because that would have been the thing we were looking for,
You can probably
and that
make
like,
a hat of
that.
disguise self. You can make it pretty easily. You
Oh
don't
yeah,
need
homebrewing
these.
items is super
Yeah.
easy.
You don't need this
That's literally what we
diamond.
need.
You don't need this diamond for a hat of disguise.
It's literally that is what we need.
Wait, could we get a Shiftweave? Would that be useful?
A which?
Shiftweave is it's clothes that shift between 5 different outfits, but I think it's specifically pre-built outfits that are in it, not ones that you just see it just sticks.
That is true. It is so. The way that one works
But I don't know if that would be helpful for this or not.
Shift weave. Why does that sound familiar?
When a suit of Shiftweave is created, up to 5 different outfits can be embedded in the cloth. While wearing the clothing, you can speak its command word and, as a bonus action, transform your outfit into a choice of one of the other designs contained within it. Regardless of its appearance, the outfit can be anything but clothing. Although it can duplicate the look of other magical clothing, it doesn't gain their magical properties.
Yes, and I believe you need to spend time with both the outfit on and the outfit you want to change with in order for it to remember that outfit.
Yeah, so I don't think that would be helpful right now. Maybe it would have been helpful before, but not right now. And I thought of it too late.
I guess we're gonna continue doing this, although now I'm really questioning just getting a hat of this guy's self. Or two. Okay.
You don't know what you're getting. No one of you asked questions.
Well, no, we were asking vague questions like, will it do the thing that we want it to do?
Well, yes, you confirmed that it does the thing that you want it to be, but you do not
Like,
know what
we weren't-
this item
I
is.
don't want to be like, hey, can we grab this item? Why do you know what that item is? Because I read books on all the magic items that are in D&D. I'm keeping it vague.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what you guys are talking about right now.
Talking about different items and the item that you're trying to obtain, but it's hilarious.
Can Dorsal purchase a tattoo of awesomeness?
Actually,
A tattoo of what?
Awesomeness. Every time people look at him, they think he's awesome.
Did they add
make
new
this a thing?
tattoos?
No.
Go look on D&D Beyond and scroll through items.
There,
Wanna ask for
there
something.
is one item that could be useful. There is one item that could be useful. I was looking at the Horn of Silent Alarm, where you can use an action to blow it. And one creature within 600 feet can hear it.
What does that
so we
look
can
like?
use that to. I don't actually know what that looks like.
I've always pictured it being a giant ass horn.
They
I don't
I've
think
did.
it would
homebrewed
be
a couple
massive,
tattoos.
But it would be useful to like let each other know if some shit's going down that the others can't see. But I don't know how big that is.
Okay, they didn't add any tattoos. Okay.
No, I've homebrewed several of them.
Oh, okay.
Horn of Silent Alarm doesn't seem to be a big thing.
The only
yeah.
reason why I bring that up is because when you say Horn of Silent Alarm, I picture like a 3-foot long horn that you blow into, and it's like that's useful for lots of combat situations. In social situations, it's not very coy.
Mm-hmm.
How about a whistle of Silent Alarm? Just to be cool about it, to make it sneaky.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. All right. You want
Indeed.
But can we get that or no?
what's a whistle of silent alarm? I don't even
He made
see
that
that listed.
Whistle of Silent Alarm does not exist, but I was asking if it could exist. Like a Horn of Silent Alarm exists, but
No,
it would
you got
be
the
a little
horn
We're
of
uncertain how
silent
big
alarm.
that is.
Like a hand horn, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like
but I
one
was-
that's
I was
made
thinking
normally
about
out of
the
like a
whistle of Silent
mammoth's
Alarm.
tusk or like an
So-
elephant tusk.
Okay.
I was thinking of a
And-
whistle so that it could be smaller.
No. You'd have
Okay.
to make that.
Okay. So let's.
But could I get
let's move on
a
then, I
Horn
think
of
we're good.
Silent Alarm? It's a common item.
Where do you go to look for it?
Just like a magic item shop or something.
Okay. So you go into a magic item shop and it is there.
I'll talk to the dude, ask him how much it is.
Why, hello.
Hello, I was just curious about that horn you got over there.
It is pretty intriguing. The Horn of Silent Alarm.
Could you tell me how much it costs?
Why, it costs 75 gold.
75 gold.
Yes, they are
That's a
very
little
common.
pricey, don't you think?
I have about 3 in the back.
I mean, for something if it's that common. That's a little pricey.
Well, they are magical. So that does drive up the price a bit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll give him 7 cents. You should buy it.
Congratulations, you have gained the Horn of Silent Alarm. Don't do that, it's copyrighted.
Oh shit. I forgot. Enjoy that.
Kind of
I
mean.
did that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
It's
though.
fine.
Dream ruined, sir.
Okay. I presume
The
you
horn
want to
of
give that to the
copyright
person
alarm.
in the riskiest position at all points in time.
Yeah. Am I the person in the riskiest position, or is somebody else in the position?
Depends
You're
on the-
pretty set. From what I understand, the plan is you're just
Yeah.
supposed to like pose as your father's like buyer, which is a pretty
Yeah.
comfy position because you just get to like sit around and just like watch
Anyone
the
who's
auction
legit
and watch
sneaking
people.
or doing something
Yeah,
against
exactly.
the rules can
Yeah.
have that to be like help.
Yeah, you're pretty
So-
set.
Who would like to have the horn, and just let us? Who would you like to
We're
have?
gonna pass it
who would-
off.
I can't do words
You'll
right
start
now.
with it because we're not 100% certain if the rest of us will get in. And anytime someone's about to go do something, we give it to the person about to go do something.
Fair.
Okay. So, everyone good?
What do you guys want to do?
What was that?
It is
I was asking what you
at this point.
guys want to do for the next hours.
Well, let me check how much time you have left. And I just dropped the dice, in which case I wanted to roll for that. But I'll do this twice. Okay. It is 3 hours have passed, and it is now 1 hour past noon by the time you exit the shop. People are going to be starting to go towards the auction house, at least those who are going to be participating and who are going to be going are.
Okay, let's get into a spot to see them going towards the place.
I follow Keck.
Follow
Yeah.
Dorsey.
me too.
Well, we're probably gonna
I'm
camp out just a
following.
little bit, just to be like, okay, let's see what they're doing. Make it look like we're hanging out in the street.
Very
Everyone
much
should
gonna
like work out.
slowly walk down. Just slowly walk down the street. Slow mo.
Alright.
Yeah, that's true. We could just be slower than them.
As you're walking down the street and as carriages are passing you by, you can see that there is a heavy armored guard. What was that for? Who threw a card?
What?
Someone named Grace.
Ignore that. That was different. Different character, different thing.
Okay. That was confusing. Anyways, you see that in front, the carriages kind of stop in front of, it's kind of like a little podium stand, and there is an auction worker, and next to the auction worker is a pretty heavily armored guard. And as the carriages kind of stop, the person inside kind of comes out. They take their name and stuff, then they go past and they go inside the auction house. From what you have seen, you have only seen one person enter each time up till this point.
So they don't even have guards entering the city or anything.
There are guards on the carriage, but they are not
Okay,
entering
but
with them.
the guards tend to leave them
Yes.
as they go in.
However, before you all reach the podium, the carriage before you unloads 5 people, all pretty heavily armored, all of them going into the auction house by the time that you go through. Nox, please roll me a perception check. Okay, please roll me a history check.
Oh dear. Jesus.
Okay, These people are all pretty familiar. You do not know from where you've seen them, though.
Interesting.
As you come up to the podium, the woman at the podium says, "And who are you all?"
I am here as a representative of, what the fuck is my dad's name?
Inferno?
Infernus
Inferno.
is your last name.
Yes, Blaze Infernus. Yes,
Aye.
Blaze Infernus.
Are you representing him for the night?
I shall be representing him for the night, yes.
And your name?
Dante. Dante Infernus.
Alrighty. She writes your name down. And who are these with you?
This is my... Well, we've got security and my assistant.
I see.
Yeah.
They must be kindly asked to stay outside of the auction house. No one but the participants are allowed
Even
to
my
enter.
assistant?
That is correct.
Keck will ask, are you sure? He'll like, through his hands. The father's worried about him doing something.
Yes. It is auction house rules, set by those who put forth the auction this evening.
We did just see a larger group with
They are all participants.
guards go in.
None of them are guards.
Okay. Keck will pat Dante. It's like, looks like you'll be on your own for tonight. Have fun.
Thanks.
I'll look over at
Thanks.
Dante later, buddy.
Goodbye, little assistant.
Split the party.
yeah.
What could go wrong?
This is fine. There shouldn't be any.
As you enter Dante, the auction house, you see that the foyer is pretty packed with people. And a woman who is also an auction house worker comes forth and says, "Your name, please?" She's holding a small book, and in her arms are a bunch of different signs with different numbers on them.
I would be Mr. Infernus.
Yes. And she pulls out a sign that has the number 7 on it. She goes, "Here you are. The auction will be starting shortly. An announcer will announce your name as you enter the auction house."
Thank you. Much appreciated. And
As
I'll,
you look around the
Hey,
foyer,
wait, I have a question. Is she cute?
roll for attractiveness.
He's got to know.
And that's just whether you find her attractive, not whether she actually is attractive.
That is true.
It's all subjective, really.
Okay.
Ooh.
Just a straight
Yeah,
up
am
You
I
could roll a
rolling?
1 for her attractive level, but you could roll a 20 for how attractive you find her.
Okay. Let's see.
I've already rolled her attractiveness.
Oh, I don't find her attractive. Or
Yep.
I do?
Nope. You don't find her
I
attractive.
don't. Fantastic. And she does not get a wink from me, motherfucker.
That's fine. As you look around, there is a table on either side of the room. The table to your right, it has some cocktails on it, has some little foods and snacks on it. The one to your left is more administrative.
As a small pause, we can go outside.
Yes. I'm about to do that right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, just after I describe the foyer.
Fair enough.
This table has more, there's books on it, there seems to be tickets as well, and, there is a sign in front of it that says, those who have purchased anything at the auction, please come to this table at the end of the auction.
I got 400 gold. Let's buy some, baby.
Okay.
You can assume that this is where people claim their goods when they finish with the auction.
So, step by Dante. If anything cool comes up and it's around the 400 gold mark, just not over the top, I'm in.
Do you have 400 gold?
Apparently, I do. Not sure where it came from, but I got it.
All right.
Fantastic.
Anyways,
This is
going
conversation.
back outside, you all have been left outside.
We're gonna walk off, hopefully, where like the carriage is all head towards. But do we remember how far away this horn is? How far away we can hear this horn?
It's 600 feet. It's 600
we will. Tech will be like, okay, let's see if it's possible for us to find a nice, not gonna get him in trouble spot to be, hopefully within 600 feet of him, in case he calls for help. I don't know how promising that is, but we can at least try and be back up.
All right. All right. So a little bit passes. I'm gonna go back to Dante for a moment. Some time passes again, and an attendant kind of like taps a glass and says, "We will be opening the doors to the seats of the auction at this point. The auction will start as soon as everyone is seated. When your name is announced, please come forth through the doors." And he opens the doors in the center, and he goes to the side and says, "Duchess of Tori." And the Duchess of Tori walks into it. "President of the Kraken's Republic." And you see as he enters, "Duke of Greasley, the Church of the Saviors."
Memorizing all these people, Dante.
Oh, this next one.
I'm trying to see who I want to talk to.
"The Children of the Dampier."
Children from a Dampier? Oh, man.
I assume it's one person though. Did they have a name?
No, this is the group that you saw
Okay.
earlier. So this is
Wait,
this
one's
one's the group.
not the church?
This
They
one's
look
the
I
group.
thought
like-
the church was
The
gonna be the
church does kind of have like a semi-group, but the group that you saw outside was more in like adventuring gear, whereas the church is more dressed in you have one bishop in here and you have two priests next to him, and they're all dressed in more church gowns than in more like adventuring guild kind of gear.
So I'm currently picturing the goody two shoes from the kids next door, the ones that like all move together, talk in unison.
Sure. The Emperor of Tyr, the Queen of Ulv, and finally, Dante of the Infernus household.
Whoa, go me. Yeah.
Is there that few people here?
There are more names that come up, less important.
Yeah, but I mean, like, is he in a crowd of dozens or a crowd of
No.
hundreds?
So there are plenty of seats. You do go down the line and you are towards the front of the auction house. There are more richer people within the auction house, but you're more in the important section with all these other people. Behind you, there's sort of there's two sections to this inner room. So there's the front half, which is all of you, and there's the back half, which is more less known nobles and more like wealthy commoners and stuff like that. There are sort of seats also up above. I forget what they're called when they're in a theater. You know the one, like the balcony kind
boxes.
of. Yeah, the boxes. That's what there are.
There's a specific name.
There's a specific name, but the boxes above, there are also other people. You do not recognize them as anyone of importance as you look around. You are a couple seats away from the front of the stage, and you can see pretty much everything that goes on the stage.
Fantastic. Which of the people that are in the important section are sitting closest to me?
Everyone is sitting pretty spread out. The closest to you would be the church. The Emperor of Tyr, and the Duchess of Tory.
Oh, right. But not the Duchess of the Kraken's Republic?
No, the president of the Kraken's Republic is a little bit farther away from you.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad. I think I'd be a little excited to see him. But yeah.
So, outside...
I'm just gonna sit and wait and have my hors d'oeuvres or whatever stuff is.
Alrighty. Switching back to outside. Outside, things have sort of changed. The podium is now gone. The guard helping the woman who is checking people in is now gone. They have gone inside. Guards have started making their rounds, less so in front of the building, but there are still 2 guards stationed next to the front entrance of the auction house.
Does this perimeter seem to be outside that 600-foot range?
You cannot tell because you do not know how deep in he is into the auction house and how far away you are.
Is the whole thing more than 1,200 feet wide?
Yes, it is. So the building's not wide, it's more long. It goes more deep.
Okay.
It's somewhat narrow. It's still like a nice sized building, but it is long. It does go pretty deep back from the street. And you do not know what part of it is in. Where the carriages are and where you said you were last is in front of the thing, but it's kind of across the street. You know that it's in the auction house.
Well, one of the main things we originally had was a layout.
Yes. You do not know if he has made it into where the seats are at the moment. You know that at least he is either in the foyer or the seats. But you do not know which one at this point in time.
When we were in the foyer, what kind of ceiling was it? Was there like a glass ceiling, like a real showy place, or was it solid?
You do not know. Oh.
So I never looked up.
No, you never looked.
We weren't inside.
You weren't inside.
I thought we went into the foyer, had the chat, only one of us was allowed in.
Dante went inside.
Oh, sorry, I pictured the gate to the entire perimeter. That's where I thought that conversation happened.
Oh, I thought
we never went inside. We never even got close.
No. Dante went inside whilst they were preparing. He
never
made
looked
more of a
inside.
ruckus, and he was more paying attention to the people than the actual surroundings of the room.
Yeah.
What does the roof look like from the outside? What's the architecture like?
So, from the architecture of the building, you can see that the front of it is sort of think of think of more Greek influence, with the building
Parthenon.
being, sort of, not really though, but with the building being tapered and having pillars out in the front. That's the front steps. Going back a little bit, it's still a bit tapered. Going towards the center of the building, there is there is more of a dome ceiling to that, and then going further back is the same kind of tapered roof.
Okay.
This is gonna be a whole bunch of judge work that we're gonna have to do based on visuals we don't have. But does it look like if we go along the side, outside of this perimeter, do you think we could get within 600 feet of where we guess the foyer and auction actual like seating is going to be?
Yes. However, you did note last time that there were guards patrolling on
I
either
meant
end.
outside of that perimeter.
Outside of that, you would have to be on rooftops.
So it's like really thin. There's not
There
enough room for
are
us to
so
loiter.
how it is that there's alleyways in between, narrow alleyways that are guards going back and forth within those alleyways. Next to them are different buildings.
Okay. What do you guys think? Hopefully they won't need us, so we're better off not causing trouble. But if we can be nearby if he needs help, that would be ideal.
Nox is tempted to skulk about on the roof, to be honest. See if there's another way in to just overhear what's going on.
Yeah, the roof sounds fun.
When we look at the building, on the whole, does it seem like any part of the building would be less secluded and less patrolled than the rest of it?
From what you know of the information that you have, you feel like, and also with the information that most of these high people aren't bringing any guards in, that this place on all sides is very heavily armed and guarded. However, you do not, from your observations just looking up without rolling, you do not see any guards on the roof. Of the auction house itself.
Do you want to try Nox? I could get you on.
Yeah, we need to. He's able to get up himself. It's more finding somewhere.
I presume you want to do this on your own then.
Not necessarily. It's just he thinks that lots of flapping might draw attention.
We should try to sneak one person, get some more info, and then see how many of us should do that.
Because I could go up and I could always drop a rope down if we find a discreet spot.
Okay, if you just want to go up and look for a spot for us. If it's I would prefer it be at least technically outside of the guard ring, so if they find us and get us in trouble, we can be like, oh, we were just watching.
I would imagine the guard ring is all around the building, though.
Yeah, but I would say, I think we can get within 600 feet without crossing it.
Just so that I have it correct in my head, what the plan is for Keck to fly Nox up in the air above the auction house so that you can look if there's any spot on the roof that's secluded?
No.
Nox was going to climb up himself the buildings next to it, outside of the guard rank, to see if there's anywhere there we could hang out within 600 feet.
Ah, okay. I got it now. So where do you want to break into? Do you want to break on the building to the left or the right?
I would just go up the side on the outside. As long as I can find somewhere that's not too obvious.
So the building to the left has another alleyway on the opposite side that you could enter. the building on the right is attached to a different building on the opposite side.
So nowhere to go. Okay. Unless I went further away from the building, got up, and then crossed the roof.
Exactly.
That would be further out of the sight of the guards, so I think I'd prefer to do that.
All right. So you go down a little ways, and there is another alleyway.
The rest of us can hang out on the ground wherever you decide to climb up. We have no reason to stick around near the front gate.
Do I hear agreements? Disagreements?
They can do what they want.
I'm talking about other people.
Yeah, you guys, Dorsal, you coming with? Solve this?
Oh shit, I was muted. Yeah, I agree. Let's be smart.
Cool.
Yep.
So we'll hang it on the ground while Nox gives it a look, and if he finds a good spot for us to sit, we'll sit there.
All right, Nox, let's have you roll climbing. Do you have any climbing here? You have what?
He has spider.
Nox can
spell.
spider climb.
Or
So
Since
ability.
when?
he doesn't.
Wait a minute.
That's what Dampier can do. That's the main thing they got.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's right. Okay.
Comes with the whole like brain eating thing.
I forget about this stuff sometimes,
It's like
okay?
flying light.
Yep.
I forget about
So-
these things sometimes.
So I mean, if you really wanted, he could just walk straight up the thing, but he is going to actually look like he's climbing, just not to freak everyone out or draw too much attention. Because
It's
obviously
cooler if
no
he
one
just
else
walked
knows he
up.
can do that. It does look effortless.
Does Keck know you can walk up?
You've probably seen him scale trees and stuff before.
Keck will give him a curious look as he actually uses his hands.
Yeah.
Everyone else roll, everyone other than, Nox and Dante roll, perception.
It's in Keck.
Yes, to see if they notice Keck's visual
Ah,
change.
I don't notice myself.
And they don't. Oh, I see it now.
Outside of this, I'd like to keep an eye on Keck because he seems more level-headed than usual.
Keck is very smart.
He must be
He just
possessed.
has one specific weakness.
Directions. Yeah, his only weakness is his sense of direction.
Not actually dumb.
So, you climb up very effortlessly, and you reach the roof. Some of these roofs are, some of the roofs are sort of flat. Others are more tapered. But you can clearly see the top of the dome and kind of like a rod sticking out of the dome that kind of has like the flag of the Kraken's Republic on it in the distance. A couple of buildings down.
Alrighty.
Alright, so I'm going to have you roll acrobatics.
My browser is currently crashing. Let's see if I can do it on the app.
Oh no.
So I don't think it will come across onto.
It will not, but fear not. I also have the app.
Okay, cool.
So I will open it and I will say what you got. Boom.
Alright, Nox. What did you say to roll? Sorry.
Acrobatics? Or did I say athletics?
And
Yeah.
acrobatics. It makes sense.
Acrobatics.
Did you
Okay.
see that?
Yes, it did. You got it. 13.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So you get along the roofs pretty swiftly. You slip like maybe once or twice. You slip like once or twice whilst like going down or trying to climb up a bit one of these roofs just because it rained somewhat recently and there's still a bit of moss and a little bit of wetness on the roofs themselves. But you reach the building next to it. Now this building has a flat roof, which is kind of nice. So you're able to kind of just sit up there. What you see looking down is you can see 3 guards going back and forth along the alleyway, going back and forth pretty interchangeably, and they all seem to meet each other at one point or another, going back and forth. On the roof on the other side, can you make me a perception check really quickly?
I tried it on the browser, but I don't think it worked.
Okay, do it on the phone again. You got an unnatural
30.
20. Alrighty.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You can see the roof pretty clearly. You see that there are some like orbs of light that seem to act as like spotlights that are beaming up at the flagpole, but you do not see any guards whatsoever on the roof, nor any hints that any guards were on the roof. Since you got a nat 20, I'll give you that. Alright, swapping back over to the auction. The auction has now started. First item on the list.
Come on, 400 gold. And useful.
Will it be useful though? Will it? Are you sure it'll be useful?
I'm pretty sure I can make a lot of things useful. Even if I'm just trolling somebody like Dante or Nox or Keck.
But also say the one item we're going there for is like a bajillion gold. That's not a good starting point.
That's probably the ending point.
If this would work, I'd be able to... Okay, there we go. Finally gave me what I wanted. The first item for bid is a treasure. It is the axe of Dwarvish lords, an axe passed down generation to generation from the kings of the dwarves for when their empire reigned over most of this land that we hold today. The bidding will start at 3 platinum. Do I hear 3 platinum? And it goes on, and auction speech in the background as people bid and raise their plaques and stuff as they bid for things. After some time and after 2 people kind of try to fight it out amongst themselves, one of them ends up winning it. The next item for bid is... Load faster. Sorry, I'm trying to get items that are actual things, but this thing doesn't want to load. Oh, there it goes. Every time I touch my laptop to replace it, it decides to load. Anyways,
You want them all to be artifacts like that last one?
oh yes. Because this is a very rich and dirty auction house. This is a very rich and dirty auction. We have the Cruxor, Spear of Herald. This spear was blessed with the power of the sun. in his hands, it can be pitched from Nikes. I'm reading this from the thing. To any point in the world. The starting bid will be 8 platinum. Do I hear 8 platinum? And again, it continues on for a little bit.
I hope you realize you're letting us know that these exist in the world.
Yeah, that's one from Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The best part about artifacts is we don't know what they do because some of the things are random.
Mm-hmm. After a while, it too is. Why did it do that again? It too is sold. The next item is an item a little less magnificent than the items before. Or maybe more to those who are willing to pay. The sword of Zeriel. It is a long sword, but that is rumored to belong to a fallen angel. It was taken from him before his fall from grace. A very noteworthy sword for any good adventurer. Do I hear 14 platinum? And again, it goes on and on. Couple more artifacts go through. And then the auctioneer says, our next item is a curious one. This item was put into this auction house specially by those who are hosting the auction this afternoon. The Duke of Greasy.
Just curious what my budget is.
Your budget is the starting price.
Is it?
Yep. Your budget is the starting price, and that's it. If it has more than one bid, then we move on to next parts.
Alright.
A crate gets wheeled onto the stage, and he goes, the Duke of Greasy has gracefully and is gracefully selling his collection of 6 13-sided cut diamonds, pure as pure can be. The starting bid will be 20 platinum. You see several people raise their paddles. One of which, however, is the Church of the Saviors. They have curiously not bid on anything the entire time, just as you haven't. However, another curious group also bids. The Children of the Dampier. They duke it out for a while, and eventually someone else outbids them. Someone who you do not know. Someone at the back of the auction house. Paddle number 1, 4, 2. As he announces who, as that is who he announces the paddle winner, the paddle number, as he wins the auction for the crates.
What you doing, Dante?
What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna take a look at who that is.
Make me a perception check. Okay, this
I'm having a
This-
good day today.
is a man in the back of the room. He is finely dressed in a very nice suit. You do not recognize him. However,
You said the ones at the back were
he looks
lesser.
he looks a bit familiar to you, Dante, specifically. You feel like you've met him before as he has dealt with your father.
Should I roll like a history or something to try and remember?
Sure, you can do so.
Uh, Never mind.
As he wins, though, and as you are looking at him, he turns to exit the auction house. Or at least where the seats are.
I guess I'll go follow.
As you
I'll
go,
go and I'll try and pretend like I'm just trying to go get some hors d'oeuvres or something.
alright. As you exit into the foyer, you can see him at the table with the information as he is signing for the diamonds. And he is handing over the platinum. Final price 112 platinum.
Jeez, wait, is this like an open book that he's like signing?
Yes.
Did
Well,
they
it's
open the book or was
open.
it open?
You don't know. He was in the middle of signing stuff. But it was open in front of him. There is a woman and there is a guard like a foot behind her. Like watching over what's happening. Once it is done, she rips the page out of the auction book. And you can see there is a small like door in the wall. As she puts it in, it gets sucked out of her hand and she closes the door.
Does he stay in the auction house or does he leave completely?
At this point now, he leaves completely.
We
Knox,
will...
you see as you are peering over the over everything, you see a gentleman leaving the auction house, and shortly behind him you see Dante following.
Alrighty. And in what direction do they go? Does he go in the direction of the building I'm on, or the opposite way?
He is going towards the building that you are on. However, he is not going towards any sort of carriage. He is walking away.
In that case, I would start scaling my way back to the others to let them know that we've got our guy.
Another acrobatics check, please.
Sorry, it's a bit slower on here. Oh dear.
Oh, did you roll in the app or did you roll in the thing?
I rolled on the app. My computer's dead.
Oh, okay.
Does
Yep.
spider climb give me any advantage on that?
No. Well, actually,
Okay.
sure. I'll give you advantage because spider climb.
Thank you.
Alright, you get there actually pretty quickly. You actually are able to outpace both Dante and the gentleman he's walking behind. Dante, let me ask you something, because this might impact stuff. Are you trying to stop him, or are you trying to follow him?
I'm just trying to follow him. I'm not
Okay.
trying to stop him.
So, Nox, you make it first, you climb down. What do you say to everyone else who's waiting in the alleyway?
Dante's heading this way with the person who must have bought what we need.
Dante's following him?
It would seem, and at the moment he seems unaware he's being followed.
I would have to assume that he probably wasn't successful in trading the information out then. Nor in
But he
buying
is
it.
at least
Or he has some
He's
other
at
weird
least-
reason to be following someone.
he would have had no reason to leave the auction house other than following the person who's bought it, surely.
I do not put much past him, but that's our best guess at the moment. He must have not been able to swap out the location it's being sent to either. So that puts us on to plan 4. Ask him if we can have 2.
As
too
you
early.
say that, you can see the gentleman walking past the alleyway. And and a little bit behind, you see Dante following in his footsteps.
I'll at least try to catch up to Dante, if nothing else.
Question, what race is the person he's following?
This gentleman is an Earth Genasi.
Okay.
Alright. Does everyone else follow with Keck?
Of course.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, cool. The first thing he's gonna do is try and get the gist of what's going on from Dante.
Everyone roll stealth. Solvis, are you
I'm assuming
disadvantage or advantage?
I'm disadvantaged.
Okay. Alright. After a little while, he gets to an intersection of a couple of streets. And he stops, and he turns around and says, Alright, why are you all following me?
Okay, wait. First, did Dante relay what's going on?
Alright, so in between such, Dante, do you want to answer the question?
Yeah, I tell them, this dude bought it for like a lot, and
Okay.
then literally immediately, paper gone.
Okay.
So I could plans failed, so just following
So
him.
we're on to move. So we're moving on to plan. Ask him for 2.
Yes.
And
Okay.
now he turns
That
around
fails.
and asks you why you're following.
You purchased the set of 13-sided diamonds.
I did.
Would we be able to purchase 2 of the set? From the
Oh. Just 2.
Only 2 of them. we'd even be willing to pay what the original price was at the beginning of the auction for those two.
That was 20 platinum, if you would remember.
I said what I said.
That is
I
a
didn't say it.
lot of gold.
Well,
Can we get any read on
clearly,
this guy whatsoever?
it is
Like,
important
what
to
his
us.
occupation is? What?
Make insight checks.
Okay.
Make some insight checks.
My insight ain't shit.
It's only one worse than mine.
Nox, what's yours? Please be good.
Nox didn't roll one yet.
This one will have to be on the app. Insight, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, not very.
Nope.
Oh, wow, even Mr. Insightful. Damn.
You all get the feeling that he's hiding some shit. He's not threatening in any way. Like, he's not in like a position where it kind of like feels like you're being threatened, but he has a pretty big air of mystery. And Dante, with your knowledge beforehand, you know that he's dealt with your father before, but you do not remember what it was for specifically.
You erased
I
your
could
mind.
still yet bring
Got
that
rid of
up.
your prom night.
Mm-hmm.
And be like dealings with my family before.
You cut
I
out
hope.
entirely.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm good. So you've had dealings with my family before.
I have.
So, you know, I hope, that when I'm willing to make a deal for something, as my father would, we stick with it. So,
Inside the
20
auction
platinum.
house, you represented your father. You would have never been able to
Mm.
enter if you did not say you were representing him. Are you
Exactly.
truly representing him? Or was that a ploy to get inside?
We did go and have a conversation with him in order to,
As you
receive the
say
funds.
that, you think that, but you actually say the truth. In which case, it was a ploy to get in.
We did talk to him.
We did talk to him to get the funds.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
We were prepared to actually buy it.
Because we said we had gotten money from him to go there so that we could buy it. So
And the only reason he went in was because we realized that we didn't have to have his dad go in. We could have him go in instead. And it was less people.
That is
Yeah.
true, but you never specifically asked him if you could represent him.
we did ask him for the
Kinda
money for
assumed
it.
We did.
You did ask him for the money.
Well, no,
In which case,
We asked
what
him
I
for the
was
money. We also
saying
told him
was-
we were gonna go, but then just after we asked him, we realized, oh wait, we don't need him to go.
none of what I said was actually a lie.
None of
I
what you
said
said
we
was a
went
lie.
to him
So
for the funding.
yes,
to him for the
so
funding.
so scratch what I said, and you
Yeah.
do say that, and he goes,
Uh,
that wasn't really what the information I was looking for.
yes, but we are here with his knowledge and his funding to get the products.
I assume
If that
so.
if that is not representing, I don't know what would be.
It's more of a gray area, if that. Anyways, on to business. we should go somewhere more private. Follow
Very
me.
well. Lead the way.
And he takes
We
you.
will trust the blind stranger and follow him.
He takes you more into sort of like business areas, and you enter a building that is completely empty. And he goes, "Here will do. Now, those diamonds are worth a lot, especially for research."
Well, we only want 2 of them. There shouldn't be too much of a
I am
disparity on
aware.
your part.
However, I must ask why.
Research. They need it to make they need it here to make the special new things at the school. I'm not.
So you are not doing this on behalf of yourselves. You are doing this for someone else whose intentions you do not know fully what they are.
We want the new things.
I can understand that.
So.
But
We're-
how do you
we're
know
then
that who you're
items
giving
created,
this to
and
would be pure and give you what you require, and not sabotage them in some way, shape, or form?
I guess I
Well,
just assumed all
when
college
I go-
students were pure and needed as much help as they could get.
Well, when we go into this, in that as well as this is both a business dealing. When I go in one, I like to make the assumption that both parties are going to be fair in the dealing.
Yes, but your
Do you
father
think-
knows better that people don't always put their cards on the table first draw.
Do you think a random college student is gonna be after these for nefarious reasons?
Someone could put him up to it. There could be several reasons why he is asking you for these specifically. They hold little arcane power, and when connected to arcane power, they do produce a mighty bit, but they don't produce enough for an explosion or anything, but they do produce enough to control a nation.
Check will just like turn his head sideways like birds do. Huh?
Control a nation. So that's why the Church of Saviors wanted it.
Apparently not enough though.
Yeah,
Well,
he
it's
told you
better in our
everything.
hands.
Never mind.
It's better in our hands than in the hands of the citizens
Then in the hands
The
of who, I'm
bureaucracy.
sorry?
of the theocracy.
That is
Of
very,
saviors.
very true. Indeed.
So what do you want them for?
That is private.
As well as ours.
Except I have all the cards on the table. I have the diamonds. I have what you need. You have to answer my questions. I don't have to answer any of yours.
What if we promised to return them to you when we were done?
How do you know that they will be in perfect condition by the time you are done?
Either way, you'll have a payment.
Either way,
We don't
yes,
consider it
but they
collateral.
are significantly less
you
valuable
gambling?
when they are damaged. And they cannot be mended easily.
Solvus
Can we at least
steps
get your name?
forward.
Oh, sorry.
I'll just yeah. Let me just continue. Solvus takes a step further and just looks him in the eye and tells him that men like you always want something more. Let's cut to the chase and get to a consensus of what else do you want for this.
Well, you see, R2 was purchasing them for another. I'm more of a proxy. Whilst they don't need all of them, they will need them eventually. No one will notice if two go missing for a time. However, they must be brought back in pristine condition. That is my issue. If you cannot guarantee that they'll be in pristine condition by the time they come back to me, then we have no deal.
We know.
Is there any way?
I will put my life on the line as collateral. If we bring them back in no less than perfect condition, then you may take it.
Give me your hand.
I give him my hand.
He takes out a small dagger
Oh god.
and cuts your hand open. He places his hand over the open wound and says some magic words and stuff like that. Where the cut was begins to glow. And he goes, "The blood pact has been made. If they are not returned to me in pristine condition, your friend will die a most gruesome death." In 1 month's time, you will have your 2 diamonds. I suggest one of you prepare mending for if any of them become damaged whilst you use them.
I thought you said they weren't so easily repaired.
They aren't. Mending is only a low-level spell. However, cast it at a high enough level, and they can be mended.
Wait, are we allowed to upcast?
I will
cantrips?
see
I mean,
to
it's a cantrip. So are you allowing us to expend spell
I am
slots to
allowing
cast
you
that?
to upcast it for this one purpose.
Cool.
But only
First
for
level
this
mending.
one purpose.
First
Uh,
level
That's
mending
fine.
for the
It's
win.
kind of like, wait.
I never said if it was first level.
I was hoping.
Could not be. Who knows? Let me just write it down in my book. Wow, you got through that without any combat. I had all stats prepared too for the guards and everything.
I'm sorry, but
Yay.
I didn't feel like
We can
taking
fix
on
that.
elite guards. I mean, if
Dorsal's
they
more
want
than
to
happy
spar
to
now,
take a
I'd
fight.
be cool with it.
Dorsal's more than happy to go pick a fight.
Dorsal has mending, right?
Yeah.
So Dorsal and Nox can work together to mend stuff. With both of them, it should be sufficient.
Also, it's just as a side note, not an in-character thing. It's just more fun to have a thing where it's like, oh my god, it's dramatic and shit. It's nice. I like it.
Agreed.
Also,
So, you leave the building, and you are in the business. You're in sort of like it's kind of like a business area, but kind of not, of York City.
that's where we expected to be, right?
Well, this is where you followed him to.
Okay. I was double checking that we weren't somehow in some city far in another. Like...
No, you're in the same city.
Okay, cool.
No, you never left the city.
Okay, cool. I just want to say I know college is expensive, but now we have 2 characters with a life debt. And I'm not sure if we're making a habit of this. Or...
Who else has the life
Wait,
debt?
who else has a life debt?
I
The
do.
book. Yeah.
My magical book.
Remember?
Oh,
you had
yeah.
a special book that
Burn
if it
me
catches
to
on
death.
fire, he
God,
catches
I
on
for-
fire.
I completely
Oh,
forgot about that.
Guys, this is not.
How is it
what
Dante and I
lifelong
are the
debt
ones
is
that
supposed to mean?
how is it Dante and I are the
No.
ones with a life debt?
'Cause you guys are
And we're
the ones
just
that
meant
are
to be
big risk
like two
takers.
fun.
We're just rolling together, ride or
like,
die.
whatever happened.
I love how
We're
Nox
just
is like
you know
the
what?
super
Fuck
shady
it, we
one.
can die.
He's not the one selling his soul.
Are you sure about that though?
I mean,
you
we
really
would-
don't
we would
have
long
much
enough to kill
memory,
everyone.
Knox.
That is a
Funny
valid
thing
point.
I
Are you
already
sure
have
about
a
that,
pact
Knox? Don't really have
with,
much of a backstory right now.
I'm the one that has a fucking pact with a dude.
Yes, you also have a pact with the
Already,
genie.
yeah, I've got 2 fucking. Oh yeah, here's my soul, bro. I'm giving my soul out like fucking custard, like chips. with
Alright,
French
what do
fries.
you guys do? You'll have the diamonds in a month.
I guess we have a little reason not to just head back and start preparing. Dante, are you gonna watch? Are you gonna get some more details on exactly what they're doing to these diamonds?
No.
What?
I mean, probably when we get back to the college. When we get back to
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
college, I'll.
I don't see any reason why we're not going straight back. Unless you guys have a reason why we're not going straight back.
I mean, we can just go back to the ship right now and then head back.
Yeah, we got business to take care of,
Unless you
so
guys
we
have
can't.
something you want to do in the city.
No, that was authorized. I had an app. Sorry, I had an app that said you had an unauthorized purchase. And I look at it, and it was Costco. I went to go get gas. I was like, nope, that was authorized. Wish it wasn't because it's very expensive. Anyways, all right. So you guys travel back. At the moment, it's around. It's already nightfall. It's probably around like 6 hours past noon. It's about 6 p.m. at night. You can see that that the lamps are lit. There are fires and the little street lamps and stuff that are lit, giving you some light as you walk down the streets. Vermin and stuff crossing your path, little rats and things, as you go more towards the docks. As you get to where to board the ship, though, you can see that it is barricaded off, and you are not. And a sign posted says that you are not allowed to enter into the docks, like on where the boats are. At the moment, they are closed.
Huh.
Until the morning.
Okay.
Well, that's
You
not
guys,
acceptable.
let's find one of those S rank adventurers and ask him if we could like try to take them on, one versus all of us.
Do you want to try?
I mean, it'll just be like us finding one. It's like, we're this level. Can we try to all take you and see if it works?
Nox will happily try and watch Keck one-on-one him.
That'll also be fine. Heck will happily have an attempt at a 1v1.
He'll mop him up after.
Alright. You go back to the Adventuring Guild, and you do find one who is willing to do so.
Cool.
Dun 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 dun.
Does he prefer an everyone versus him?
Wait,
or
I
a-
wanna fight too.
No, he
I wanna
wants
fight
to
too.
do a one-on-one. He wants to do a
Damn
one-on-one
it.
with Keck.
Awesome.
So,
Damn.
Nox off the board, Dante off the board, Dorsal off the board, you off the board. Alright, Keck, it's just you and him.
Okay. Is he giving me the first blow or is it initiative?
Initiative. Ooh, he goes first. 16. Natural. Alright. He is going to attack you with his short sword first.
Okay.
Is that...
I assume we're just fighting like outside in a little courtyard.
Get your wings clipped.
He fails.
Okay.
Now it's your turn.
Can I get immediate picture of this guy? Is he wearing like heavy armor, or is he like?
He's
more
wearing
quicker?
like medium armor. He has a short sword in his hand that he's using. Um, his attitude is a little more cocky in his stature and in his how he's readied himself.
Is he human or a?
He is a human.
Okay. The tech's going to focus. His eyes kind of roll, and he just gives a blank stare, and that's going to be him raging as a bonus action. He's going to go forward and go for a grapple, which will be so that'll be my athletics versus his athletics or acrobatics, and I get advantage because I'm raging.
Go ahead and roll.
Wait, Kek's rage face is just a blank stare.
It's like, have you guys
He
ever
just goes
seen
dark.
Demon Slayers?
Oh yeah.
It's deep breath.
That's
Right,
what I'm
okay.
saying.
I had visions of him like suddenly looking stoned and just like stepping forward.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of did too.
Finding that inner peace.
I imagined his rage more as like a bear. You know how birds kind of just like intensely stare at someone, kind of like that. Is how I imagined it. All right. You rolled 2d20s there. It looks like.
Yes, because I have advantage because I am raging.
But from my point of view, did it combine or no?
It should have just been advantage.
Yeah, it
got
combined
17.
both of your rolls on roll 20. So can you roll twice
No, it
more
didn't.
again? It
I
did.
got a 17.
Because looking at it, you rolled a 12 and you rolled a 2.
And I get a +5.
Yes.
So it's 12 plus 5.
12 plus 5. Oh, I see what it did. Okay. Never mind. I'm dumb. I'm just looking at this in like 2d20 plus 5, and I'm like, did it combine it? Okay. You do beat him barely, but you do beat him. So he is
Okay.
grappled.
I'll go ahead and action surge.
Okay.
I'll go for going into it. Did he look like he had a ranged weapon on him?
A random what?
A ranged weapon?
No.
Okay. I'll go ahead and make this my only fight for the day. I'm gonna use my action surge to dash. So even though I'm half speed for grappling someone, I can fly up 50 feet.
All right, you're up
And then
now
immediately
50
let go.
feet. Fuck. Okay. I hate you. I love you. I hate you as well. Okay. Give me 5 seconds.
Okay.
Because I need to figure out now how much damage that does.
It should be 5d6. It's a number of d6s.
I just want to
equal
double check it.
to 10 feet. Yeah. I think it maxes out at 200 feet high.
It's funny how it has me at doing this. Every 10 feet. It maxes out at 20d6.
Yeah, so 200 feet high.
So 5d6 for damage for him. All right. Let's see if you murder this guy. I did not do that.
The other funny thing is that now I'm 50 feet in the air.
Noise! Okay, you didn't murder him. He is pretty heavily damaged, though. And he sort of like he kind of metaphorically like waves a white flag and is like, I surrender. You win. I cannot combat this. Bird thing, you win. Go the fuck away.
He could prepare an attack for when I come in.
Funny thing is, I had built a Dampier Rune Knight. So giant form, grapple,
Oh,
walk up the walls,
I
and
I hope you realize that Tech
drop
has been studying
and or
runes.
drop with them like suplex. Oh my god, you're doing the exact same thing. That is.
Says I don't need a wall.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is
God.
too good. Jesus.
Alrighty. So, now that
And then
that
just
fight's
drop
over,
on top of them.
where do you guys go now?
To the bar.
Do you want to go to the same bar you were in the night before?
You know what? Yeah.
You wanna
Yeah.
come along, Nox?
Yeah, I suppose.
Dorsal,
Alright.
you coming?
Nah, I think I'm gonna go back to my room and work on some stuff.
It's the same place.
You made a strange face when you saw those 5 people earlier.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You didn't want to find anything about them, did you?
Actually, I want to go look for some magical books.
Okay. Silvis, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll stay around with Cake Knox and Dante.
Alright.
To the bar.
Dorsal. I'll go with you first since you're separating yourself. You walk around the city and you see that there are several shady people who seem to be selling some illegally obtained things. One of which kind of catches your eyes, though, as you go into an alleyway. And it is a book, but you don't know how legit this is. What do you do?
I'm gonna approach him and see what he wants to sell it for.
Ah, this book is what you are looking for. This
is.
book is very magical indeed. I will sell it to you for 17 gold.
I'll do 14.
Ooh, a bargaining man.
Indeed.
$19.
Wasn't it 17
just went-
before?
He just
Yep.
went up.
I think
Yeah.
you just pissed him off.
All right, 17 gold it is.
Ah, but the price is now 19.
Okay, I'll go look somewhere else.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye. I'm gonna walk off.
I just want to double check. Is the price of an empty book still 25 gold?
Yes.
You
This book was worth less than an empty one.
know what? Actually, yeah, I'll take it at 19 gold. I want that book.
Goodbye.
Oh, you don't want to sell it?
Not to you anymore.
All right. I'm gonna walk off and go look for another place that's selling books.
It's just like,
You walk over and you see that there is in front of you now a bookstore. You can see though that it is closed and it will open in the morning. However, you do see a pretty out of place book at the back of the store. It has black leather binding, and from what you can see, there seems to be like a substance splattered upon it, as well as a symbol at the center which you cannot make out from the outside of the building.
I'm curious. I'm gonna scope around the back of the building and see if there's a way in.
Alright, you go around the back of the building. There is a back entrance.
Can I try to open the door?
The door is locked.
Does it look like is it a 2-level shop or a single level shop?
So, at pretty much everywhere in the city, even if there's a shop, there are going to be either homes or whatnot built on top of them, making the builder taller. All the buildings are pretty much around 2 to 3 levels.
Can I attempt to open the door all sneaky like?
Sure, roll for lockpicking.
What do I roll for that?
Sleight
I
of
don't actually
hands.
have thieves' tools. Okay. 25, nat 20.
Woohoo! You click all the pins into place. First try.
All right. I'm gonna. No, go ahead.
No, go.
I'm gonna sneak in.
Roll stealth.
15.
Nice. However, as you open the door, you hear a loud ringing in your ears.
Does it like disable me or something?
It is getting louder with every passing second.
Well, I better hurry. I'm gonna rush in and get the book.
So you rush in, and you acrobatics check.
19.
Nice. You're able to vault over some tables and stuff that are in your way to make it more quickly as the ringing gets louder and louder. As you reach the book, you see that the symbol is that of limbo. And you can tell now that the book is covered in blood. As you make this realization, you are out cold. Shifting back to everyone else at the bar, it's a pretty lively night. A lot of people are drinking, a lot of people are partying, celebrating for one reason or the next. You all are just sitting at the table drinking away, kind of just enjoying yourselves. What's going on?
Would have been going around talking to pretty much everyone, but I'm sure at some point he would take a break and speak to Nox. He's like, yeah, you seemed interested in the people that went in front of us. Something. Remember something? Nox?
Nox, I think you're muted.
Nope, I missed
Oh.
that. Sorry.
You want to repeat it one more time, Keck?
Hey, I saw that you seemed particularly interested in the group that went in front of us into the auction. Do you remember something about them?
Something, yes, but not all. I recognize them quite clearly, but where from, I'm not too sure.
We might be able to find out something about them.
I was curious if they would recognize me, but it's not like me to reveal myself in public.
True. Didn't Dante call them something? He said they were also bidding, I think.
The
That
children
was quite-
of the damned. The children.
Was it? Didn't I recognize a lot of them, or was it
You
just a
recognized
specific group?
all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Whole
recognize
group.
the entire group.
Yeah.
Anyone here know anything about the children of the Dampier?
Wait,
Whatever that
Do you say that out
we're at the
loud?
bar, so I want to see how drunk I am.
I mean, that was the title they were announced by. Yes.
As you say that, the bar kind of stops for a second, and you feel as though everyone stared at you for a moment, and then continued onwards.
But that was Keck's reaction.
I wanna roll for my drunkenness.
Go ahead. Straight up D20.
That was,
Or,
that was
no,
funny. Hey, Mira,
Constitution.
He will be
D20,
rolling
not a
for his drunkenness, please.
Constitution saving throw. Alright.
Drunk.
You are pretty drunk.
Woo. Drunk. I say that.
I'm gonna start like every sort of like 30 seconds changing the color of the fire of his hair.
Does it work?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't affect you. Just changes the color. Although whenever he changes it to blue, you seem to get a slight chill.
Do I get a little sad?
No, you just get like a slight chill.
Wait, no. No, it'd be funny if it was like every different color kind of changed the mood while I'm drunk.
Like pink is all loved up, red he starts to get angry. Like yellow, he's just totally spaced
Purple,
out.
I'm just kind of like, hey, how you doing?
When you make
Uh,
it pink,
in the
he
blues.
wants to fuck everything in sight. No, I'm kidding.
Make it pink, make it pink, make it pink.
Oh,
And if
no.
I cycle it
No,
through the
there's a
colors too
chair in
fast, he
front
gets
of him.
fabulous.
No, when you do that, he gets very disoriented and more drunk.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez. Are there? Oh, geez. Are there any women at the bar?
There are a few dwarvish women at the bar.
Ooh. Never
You
had
can
a
tell them by
dwarf
their slightly
before.
shorter beards.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
As well as the fact that they are drinking some pretty high alcohol content beer, and it's not even phasing them.
Fantastic. As I am drunk and stupid, I would like to go up to someone. Go up to one of the dwarfish women and be like, "Hey,
Another
you're a
drunk
dwarf,
one
right?
that wants to flirt. Go away, you drunken scabbard. We don't
Wait,
want
hear
to
me out.
talk to you.
hear me out. Just
Really?
hear me out. I just have one thing, right? First I have a question and then a statement. depending
Make
on
your
the
question known, drunken boy.
Do you like to work the forge? Are you a forging dwarf?
We do not forge. No.
What a shame. Well, if you did, I would have said that I'd like to be the fire to your forge, and after that, you could get to
Ugh,
town.
another drunken idiot. Go
Famous
drink
fire
your
pit.
beer, boy, and get more drunk if you wish. We will be here, minding our own business.
I'd like to cast Aid on Dante and see him try again.
I'm so tempted to cast Charm Person on the dwarf.
Oh my god! You bastard!
But that crosses a few moral boundaries right there, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's a little much. Wait, wouldn't Solvis be better suited to this, as they are dwarfish women and he's a dwarfish man?
Maybe he doesn't like his own kind.
Do you not like your own kind?
Well, I like my own kind, but I feel like I feel this sense of staying, like not getting distracted because we're on a mission. But if you look at me and like give me some hints, I can be your wingman there.
No.
If Kex sees you being serious, he'll bring up that we were successful. We're celebrating.
Nox is gonna use shape water to draw the liquid out of the woman's drink and form a heart in the air between the two of them, like a little window.
She goes, "Alright, who's the bloody bastard messing with my beer? Put it back in the cup, or you're gonna see the end of my axe.
What if we drink it out of the air together?
He shapes it into a sad face and then puts it back in the mug.
And she
I'm
points
sorry,
she has her
but I
axe
need
in
to-
hand at this point, and she points it at you and says, I won't be doing a fucking thing with you. Now back off, boy.
Fine. Whatever you say. Bitch.
He takes a little bit out of Dante's glass and forms a tear on his face.
I'm going to call her a bitch though as I want.
Every time he tries to wipe it away, it dodges his hand and goes back.
The chick. I'm just gonna call her a bitch.
Go ahead. She doesn't get phased by it.
Damn it. I'm going back to the boys because the boys always have my back. The boys always have my back.
You walk over to the wrong table, and they go, wow, not cool, dude.
The boys. What's up, boys?
Not cool, dude.
But why?
You gotta let a woman do her thing.
She's doing her
That's
thing.
exactly what he wanted it to do.
Yeah, I wanted to do her thing. Exactly.
Nah, you gotta let her chill. She's obviously stressed.
Wait,
That kind of bitch you
guys-
don't want.
do you guys smoke?
What do you mean, smoke?
Do you guys smoke?
What'd you just say?
Do you guys smoke?
Smoke what?
I'm not sure if smoking is a thing here.
Exactly. Exactly.
What the fuck is he talking about?
I mean, I've got a light if you need it.
Well, of course, you're made out of fire. We're not stupid.
But that didn't answer the question. You got any on you?
No. We don't have anything you want, Dust Boy. Now leave.
Say Dust Boy?
It is a rather confusing
Wait,
name.
Dust? That's a odd insult to.
Turn the fire grey.
It's pretty fitting.
Oh, you bastard.
It's pretty fitting
what
for this
sense?
town. In this
In
town,
what sense?
in the underground, the drug of choice is called dust. It is pure magic grinded
Oh no,
up, and people snort it,
I was just looking for weed.
and they get high and stuff, and they die from it.
Ah.
When they thought smoking, they assumed that you wanted dust. In which case, calling someone a dust boy is a pretty bad insult.
Ah.
Basically, it's like crackhead.
Basically.
Wait, what about weed?
You got called a crackhead.
There is no
Yeah.
such thing as weed in this world.
I'm very surprised that you assume weed is a thing. It's like assuming cameras are a thing.
Damn it. Well, I mean, there's artificers, so I thought cameras might be a thing.
It might be.
So there's no variant of it?
You don't know. Never been to a place with it.
Of weed, I mean, not of. Damn it. So, ignore that whole conversation.
Retcon a
It
whole
doesn't exist, and I
situation.
wouldn't know about it, which means I wouldn't have asked about it, which means so just reverse the whole fucking conversation to non-existence, I guess.
At this point, Nox, you see as a now white cat comes up and sits on your lap.
In my lap.
Me or Keck?
Nox.
Nox.
Yes. He's here.
Oh, I thought it would be with Keck. If you like instead. If this is the same cat.
It is the same cat.
Where have you
Yeah.
been?
Sleeping. I didn't want to get involved tonight.
Yeah, probably a good call.
Yeah. Don't want to get skewered on the end of a short sword. Or a spear.
Dante's trying to get that done at the minute.
I don't doubt that.
Longsword. What? Huh? Who said short sword?
Tech is gonna continue talking to random people, but at this like now the first thing he might bring up is be like, why did everyone gasp? Or why did everyone like stare? Like,
They all have like the same odd expression as if they don't remember doing such.
Huh. I'll mention the at least like maybe quieter this time. I don't know. Do the children of the Dampier. He'll mention it again. It's like, oh, when I mentioned the children of the Dampier.
It happens again, and they do not remember.
Huh.
Seems like there's some pretty powerful people.
Interesting. And we've
I
never heard of
find
them,
it
right?
particularly
Nope.
interesting that they keep forgetting.
I have no idea.
Perhaps this warrants some more investigation.
You don't get it.
Maybe.
Or-
But
Sounds
who
good.
knows? It might not be anything. It might just be that they're peering through them. Like with a crystal ball or something.
Keck will ask Nox if he wants to try and find them before we leave. Otherwise,
That's
we
very
can
cool.
figure stuff out once we get back.
There are things I wish to know before I confront such things. I do not wish to go in blind.
Today is party night.
Make
Woo!
me black. Turn
Alright.
me black
So the night goes on.
or white. Or
He does
green.
it.
Nox gives Dante blackface, and kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I was thinking what the black fire would look like.
I'm totally kidding.
Well, Dante.
Anyways, the night goes on, and everything starts to die down around like 3 a.m. And that is when the innkeeper kind of is like, all right, everyone back to your houses. We're closing up. And you all go up to your room and get some sleep. In the morning, you wake up pretty late, up almost like 2 to 3 hours to noon is when you finally all wake up.
Everyone ready to go?
Yep. And he pops out. He pops his head out of your chest.
God, it's a chest burster.
Did nobody notice I wasn't there?
I presume that
Valid
this would be
point.
Valid point.
apparently,
Do you?
I actually didn't notice.
Well, like, if we all came back super late, and if assuming we have different rooms or at least different, I don't know. Would we have
It's- I
noticed
reckon
when we
if-
came back?
I think if Nox stayed up long enough, he would start to find it odd that he hadn't appeared.
Yes, Dorsal
wait,
is
could I-
still not with
Should
you.
I roll something to see if I noticed if he was?
Yeah, roll perception.
Yeah,
Does
just
being
realized
drunk
that
affect
was.
that at all?
You're still hungover, and you're still too hungover
Yeah.
to have noticed.
I don't know. Yeah,
Aw, sad
Makes sense.
times.
I know, right? I would think
Didn't
I
he
would.
just say he was gonna go get some books? Now he can stay up all night if he wants to, but
So you're saying by morning he hasn't shown up?
Nope.
Oh,
Does anyone know where he went last night?
said he was gonna go get some books, right?
Could be anywhere.
I mean, that's like most places.
Let's go to the library. That's
As you
The library could be anywhere.
As you guys are kind of like discussing this, there's a knock on the door.
Jack answers it.
Not to be confused with the Nox.
Hello, are you all the adventurers with a one dorsal?
Yes?
He has been arrested for breaking and entering into a shop late last night.
Bookshop by any chance?
Yes, it was a bookstore.
Probably just got impatient. Uncertain if he even knew it was closed.
The guard is not laughing.
Alright. Can you take us to him?
Why, certainly. He leads you all through the town, and he leads you to the guard's barracks. As you enter, you can see that Dorsal is in a cell across the way, behind iron bars. The clerk at the front says, "Why, who are you here to pick up?"
little buddy.
Bookworm.
By little, you mean the elf.
I look up and I go, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
Ah, you're here for him. All right. Bail has been set at 400 gold.
Convenient.
Dorsal says to himself, "Shit."
Fuck.
He will still have to appear in court for the theft of a very valuable book to the store owner.
Well, how
Wait.
much is
Dorsal.
Yeah.
Did you steal a book and not give it back?
the book?
No. I passed out before I got the book. So I
So
mean,
if you passed
technically, I didn't
out,
steal it.
How could you have taken it?
That's what I tried to say.
Surely it would be breaking and entering, but not actually theft.
Yeah, that first one's fair. The second one,
Where
all
did
bullshit.
you find him?
Well, you can make your case at the court date. Are you going to pay the
How-
gold now, or are you going to wait for the court date and the courts
What
decide?
was the value of the book?
The value of the
Well, no.
book
If
was
he's found
400 gold.
So surely, rather than pay his bail, we'll simply buy the book and take him with us.
That's not how this works.
Unfortunately, the book was not for sale at the time. It was only on display.
Well,
I look up and I go, "Why would you have a book on display that's not for sale? That makes no sense."
The owner was very proud of his collection. There were several books on display that were not for sale.
And why wouldn't you put a sign up? Besides, it's not like I stole it anyways.
Mm-hmm. Then why
Wait,
did
where's
we
the book
recover
now?
it in your possession?
Where
you
was
have
I laying when you recovered it?
You were laying on the floor upon shattered glass,
In the shop,
holding
right?
the book in your hands.
So technically, that's not theft. I was still in the shop.
Attempted robbery, if you will.
All right, well that's
Okay.
fair, but you can't charge me with theft.
I honestly believe that he thought it was a library and he thought he could just read it inside the store. But Dorsal,
Wait, which part?
you'll get your bail back after you appear in court. You got 400 gold, right?
All right.
Wait. Which part
Huh?
of Pirate Code does it say
I can't
we're
hear you.
not allowed to attempt?
Yeah, you're very soft.
Which-
You're
no?
very soft.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's better.
Cool. So which part of the pirate code did it say you're not allowed to attempt steal?
I don't know.
This
I
is
tried to make
not
that
pirate
argument too.
code. We're not on the ocean at the moment, sir. If we were,
This is
the pirate code would go. But instead, we're on land. Land
Correct.
has a little bit of different rules. Attempted robbery is still considered
Correct.
robbery.
Hold on. Where are we meant to steal from? Like that's our shtick.
It was a bookstore.
I mean, no, like generally, it's pirate.
Okay, I guess.
It
Where we
was.
meant to steal from. It's like we can't steal
It was a
from
business owner.
land.
It was
Just
not a
steal from
pirate.
boat.
It was no sea-bearing person.
I mean, he could have been a pirate. You don't know. You know his life story.
He has no
Can we
registered
negotiate
boat,
with the
nor
shop
is he
owner?
registered with any captain.
What if he has an unregistered boat? Just saying. I mean, do you think a pirate just goes around in registered boats?
He could
All of
be
our
more
pirates
piratey
do.
than the rest of them.
Or else they will be shot down by the Kraken.
I think that makes them boatmen, not pirates.
Shot down by the Kraken?
Yes, the Kraken. You know,
He holds a cannon in
Alone.
each tentacle.
Leave the cannon alone. Leave the Kraken alone.
he brings over a newspaper where a sketch of a Kraken is. And you see as a person is next to it.
Do I have a pirate license?
Yes, you do. Under your father.
Cool.
Under
How
your
many
father, you
people
do.
are in this room? How many people are in this room apart from us?
A lot of guardsmen and a lot of people.
Damn.
And
the-
Dorsal is in a prison.
Yes.
Like, is he behind bars?
He's in like a holding cell.
Okay. Cool.
But anyways, the size of the cannon is about 10 times the size of the person standing next to it.
Ooh, very fun. I want that. Can I get that on my boat?
No, it is too heavy.
Damn it.
And it
I
is
look over.
cementedly mounted to the ground. It cannot move.
But it's on a boat.
It is not on a boat.
No, I don't.
It's on the tip of the peninsula.
Ah, fair enough.
Ooh, what's the range on that thing?
All right. Well, I pay him the stupid 400 gold.
It is about half. It is about half a mile.
So
But that's
you
not
can
the
shoot
main
boat.
thing. The
Does
worst.
it turn around?
It attracts. It can attract the Kraken itself and drag your ship underground. Or under the water.
But I mean, hypothetically, if you were to shoot that somewhere on land,
It cannot turn to be pointed towards land.
damn it. What a shame. We could use that for war.
We do use it for war.
Land war,
Land-
lady.
Land war.
Hmm.
He's
We
not
have
talking
plenty of
about
other
ocean war.
cannons. This
I'm just
cannon takes about 12 days
Saying,
to
like, you should
load.
send that up the chain.
Anyways,
Yeah, but like,
are
could
you
just
gonna
send
pay
that
the
up chain.
400 gold, or are you gonna just show up to his court date tomorrow?
Oh, it's just tomorrow?
Oh, it's tomorrow? We'll wait.
Yeah,
I thought it
I'm.
was like a
I'm
month or
wait.
something.
I'll keep my 400 gold.
Yeah,
You
Oh,
get
wait.
yeah.
you get bail
what if
back
you get-
after you show up to court.
Enjoy the
It's
jail
a
cell.
loan. It's a like, hey, this is to make sure you don't run off.
Are you sure that's how it works here?
I'm gonna ask. How does that work? Do I get my money back when I show up to court, or what's the deal?
No, you don't.
Nah, I don't want to pay it.
So even
I'll
if
see
we
you guys tomorrow.
pay
Yeah,
it, he's
no,
got to go
no,
to
yeah.
court.
Yep.
Also, even if we pay it, we might as well just leave.
I
But
would
we
rather
can't.
No
leave
incentive to stay.
and seek out the shop owner to see if we can get the charges dropped.
Ooh, yeah. Offer to buy the book or a book, maybe a magical book of less value.
Or even just settle the thing so he drops the charges, because then he won't have to go to court.
there's that.
Unfortunately, he is not being sued by the owner. The owner has
Being sued by the
proxied.
book?
No, he has proxied his suing of Dorsal over here to us. So we are technically the ones suing them.
Wait, why aren't we?
You would be in a criminal
Get the
trial,
dude to drop
which
the
is
car.
not. No one sues you in a criminal trial.
Yeah, how are you gonna sue me? I didn't break into your bookstore.
Oh my god.
We allow people to proxy so that they do not get harassed by the defendants.
Now you're just gonna say that we're harassing people?
No, it's a protection for those who need to sue others for damages or other needs, but fear that they might have powerful friends who can harass them or even kill them.
So if this bookstore owner was to request you drop the charges, what would you do?
If they wrote a formal letter and handed it to us, specifically by the person, then yes. If you were to bring a message, that would not do.
That still doesn't seem to have solved the problem.
The person would have to come in to drop the charges.
So, provided we can legitimately convince them to drop the charges, they can be done, regardless of the fact that you are the one suing them.
Yes, because we are only suing on behalf of him.
Then we shall continue with our course of action.
Why does he
Okay.
have to bring a
See ya,
letter?
Dorsal. Have fun
if
in
he's
prison.
there?
Written record.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Cool. I mean, it could just be like a signed document. It's fine. Yeah. Bye, Dorsal.
Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Alright, you guys
Can we bring you a
leave.
pillow? Never
If anyone can jailbreak, it's
Wait
not
one
us.
second. My headphones fell off. I can't hear any of you.
Quick, everyone talk shit about.
Alright, what'd you say?
No.
You can watch the video later. It'll be hilarious. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to the bookstore.
We're going to the bookstore. Mr. DM. Are you there? Can you hear me? Is my mic working?
Now I can hear you guys. Sorry. I clicked on something. So you guys are just going to the bookstore now?
Yes.
Yep, I'm gonna
Alright.
happily hang out in jail.
Alright.
He's gonna get an instrument and just start playing it.
I'm going
Alright.
to beatbox some harmonica sounds.
Dorsal, roll me charisma.
Oh shit.
Performance.
No, roll me charisma.
7.
Alright.
I can always get myself into trouble. It's the getting myself out of trouble that's the issue.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Going to the bookstore, as you approach, the shop owner, a nice young woman of halfling variety. She is opening a sign, like one of those, like pyramid things that kind of like have like two-sided to them that people put in front of shops that like stand on their own, that kind of thing. She put in one of those. Yeah, whatever you said. She put in one of
Yeah,
those
she's
out,
cute. Hell yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, hello. Are you here to buy some books?"
Perhaps, but we wanted to apologize. I think our teammate broke into your store last night.
Oh, him. Yes. What are you here for? Her demeanor kind of changes.
Did he break anything or mess anything up? We're hoping to.
Well,
little
he
bit
broke my
impulsive.
glass case, and he laid hands upon my special book.
Yeah, he has real big eyes. Anyway, we could help you get a new case.
If you have all the pieces, I could probably mend it.
I do. The police said not to touch it. Or the guard, sorry. The guard said not to touch it. And she points over to it.
Well, if we're still in town when you can, I will gladly help you repair it.
Oh, they said you can do whatever with it now. I just haven't gotten around to cleaning it up.
We could fix it now if you wanted to.
Now, what do you really want?
We were actually hoping to leave town today, but they're holding him up to punish him. Do you think you could let him leave and not come back?
Perhaps. But it was a very special book of mine. And the police have it for evidence.
I would hope
If you can get them to release the book, I'd be willing to drop the charges.
I doubt they would release the book to anyone but you. If you were to come with us, I'm sure we could have it arranged.
Sure. She walks over and she says, "Dearie Isabella, please watch the shop. I will be gone for a little bit." And she goes with you back to the station. And documents get signed, the book gets handed back to her, and she thanks you, and Dorsal, after she leaves, shortly after Dorsal, it comes back to you all.
Keckle bap him on the back of the head. At least after we've left. It's like what was so great about a book that you had to break in?
I don't know. It was just a really cool book. It was really just a one-of-a-kind book.
What's pretty?
It had the symbol of I think it was the void on it.
No.
Did you get a good look inside?
I did. There's a whole bunch of books in there. I wanted that one specifically, and I was kind of in a hurry. Otherwise, I would have gotten away with more of them.
Go back to the shop with the shop owner after getting Dorsal out.
You go back to... Okay. You go back.
Nox, do you want to do that on your own, or did you want to bring us along? I'd recommend we not bring Dorsal.
Well, at least he could legitimately look around if it was open.
Yeah, but part of the reason why she signed everything was we said we were going to take him out of town.
True. Nox is basically going to go back to repair the case.
Okay.
I'll go.
You go back to repair the case, and an older woman kind of comes out from the back and says, "Oh, why, hello, dearie. Welcome to my shop. Terrible theft we had last night. The police have captured him, though, so it's all good."
Wasn't a theft.
Also, this is a different person.
Yeah, Nox is like stunned, like, what have we done?
She wanted someone to watch over the shop with her. Was this the person that she asked? Did we get any sight of that whatsoever?
How many people work for you?
It's just me. It's a quiet old shop. Not many customers come by and come in. Many people sell, though, which is mighty great. And many people buy. Keeps me busy in my old age. But, alas, it is just I.
I believe someone was impersonating you earlier this day.
Oh?
He came by seeking to release our friend from his captivity, and garnered the assistance of someone who claimed to own this shop.
No, it's just me. I just own the shop. Anyway, that book wasn't very valuable to me anyways. I was only selling it for about 20 gold. quite odd too, with it being covered in blood. Although I do wish the case was in good condition and wasn't broken.
Did any of us go with Nox? Like, we didn't want Dorsal to go there, but I don't know.
Nox said he went alone, so only Nox is there.
Cool.
Yeah, I said I was taking Dorsal back to this.
Have you ever encountered a book like that before?
No, not in my times. The person who sold it to me though was pretty suspicious. A woman, halfling. She said she just needed it to be put in here for a while. She said she'd come back for it, and she, after a couple of years of not returning, I decided to put it on for sale, but I never saw her again.
I believe she got her book.
Oh, well, then that's mighty fine, then. She was a very nice halfling woman, as I remember.
Did she look familiar?
Who?
The one who took... Yeah.
No, you do not. No.
Okay.
Complete stranger to you.
Oh wait, no, it was an elf that I brain raided. Okay. Alright, he would just finish up his business politely and finish mending the case.
When you mend the case,
Extend
she
his
goes,
apologies.
"Oh, thank you, oh, thank you." And she, like, shakes your hand, and she puts something in your hand. And she kind of, like, backs away and, like, goes into the back. You see that she gave you, like, 5 gold for mending it.
He would give a sort of slight bow and make his way back to the others.
Alright. Let me just write down... Where'd my pen go? It's right there.
Checking among everyone else, we have no way to search down this woman who has probably been gone for maybe an hour at this point.
Oh, you've got no reason to believe she's suspicious yet.
I mean, we do have reason
we
to...
wouldn't search her down. We're chilling at the jail or whatever we're doing.
We do have reason to think she's suspicious.
You're leaving.
We don't have
You're already
evidence that
done.
she's done something wrong.
Well, no, but you're not there.
Only Nox knows.
I mean, I assume
Me and Doris are going back to the boat.
Alright. So, where are you all meeting up? Boat?
Probably.
I'm looking for more bookstores on the way back to the boat.
Either boat or the inn where we were staying. Stuff to go.
It's a little farther away.
Weren't we were trying to leave.
Like,
We were trying to head out.
yeah.
Alright. I'd say we'd meet up in town and then head to the boat, and en route I would discuss with them. He'd look at Dorsal, say, "You never mentioned the book was covered in blood.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. My bad.
Did it have any kind of planar symbols on it?"
Like I said, it had the symbol for the void.
So the symbol of the void. Yeah.
No.
I thought it was
Limbo.
Limbo, that's
Limbo.
it. Yeah, the symbol of limbo.
I'm just like...
The symbol
So-
of limbo.
You potentially came across an item that was a key for breaking a seal. And
I don't
now
know.
it is in unknown hands.
I didn't get that far. I don't really know.
Why was it there in the first place?
Nox, make me a history check.
What a strong point.
Your mind wanders back to that night when you saw that group. However, when you try remembering and you looking back into your memory as to each individual person, She was not one of them.
Okay. I would relay to the others what the old lady said, that it wasn't a particularly valuable book, but someone had asked it to be stored in there for a time, and that they would come back to get it. And my suspicions that the imposter who helped us get Dorsal out was that individual.
I still do want to confirm.
Maybe they.
She's long gone, right? No one here has the
Yes.
means to try and figure out where she went.
Well, what'd she look like?
You would have seen her come to sign your release. Though.
He would have
Doesn't
seen.
necessarily-
He would have seen like a little glimpse of it. He wouldn't have had a full view like everyone else.
I mean, it would have been the person who came with us, and we would have parted ways probably after he was released.
No, she left before.
I was still in
Say, 'cause
jail.
Originally, I thought I was walking back to the store with them. Obviously not.
I was saying
So-
that was the deal.
Yeah,
Okay,
I just said it all like speculatively, like as if I'm thinking out loud to put the pieces together, but with no major urgency.
mean,
But he's
I guess we need to remember a halfling woman might have a key if we were really so lucky to find one and so unlucky to lose it. But if we have no way to find her, no way to know where she's going, no way to know what she's gonna do with it, I guess we'll just keep the knowledge for later. Write it down.
for now. There's little we can do.
Damn, I wanted that book too. It was so good.
Next time, don't go off by yourself.
What? I'm older than like all of you.
I doubt that.
You also
Well,
have,
maybe
you
not
also have more
all
prison
of you.
You also have more prison sentences than all of us.
Yeah, it was my first time in prison. I wasn't in prison. That was lockup. It's like county.
Well, technically, Dante has about 7 to your 1.
Ah,
Heck,
see, there you
know
go.
that.
Pirate life.
Yar har har.
Okay. So I guess we're just gonna head back
To the ship.
to the ship and then to campus.
Alright. So you head back to the ship. Boop. And you all leave. I can delete that now. After a couple of weeks, you return. There it is.
Take a nap.
You return back to the college. I did not change the map for you. There you go. My mistake.
Doris was still very upset about his book. Well, the book he wanted. I almost got away with it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you pesky kids.
We'll get you a new. We'll get you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just make sure there's pictures.
And I assume we have a couple weeks of classes. Dante.
You gotta teach me how to steal things, Dante. You gotta teach me how to steal things, buddy.
Seal.
I'll work on it.
No, steal.
Steal.
Maybe
Do you know how to
Saren
steal
can
stuff?
teach you to be more stealthy.
Ooh,
Wait, did you
yeah.
want me to? Did you want
Dante, you cut out.
teach you how to turn things into seals? Did you want me to teach you how to turn things into seals?
Well, that's cool too, but no, mostly stealing.
Because I don't know how to do that.
Oh, well then why'd you ask?
It was because it sounded.
I don't
cool.
understand this conversation.
You don't understand any conversation, but you know what? That's just how life is.
Like, just imagine you asking Saren to teach you how to stealth, and then he literally just goes, "All right, watch closely," and just withdraws into a shell.
Nobody can see me.
Yeah,
Close
like, just
my
imagine that
eyes.
echoing out from the shell. Look, I've
Close my
vanished.
eyes.
I suppose if we had a couple of weeks free time, Nox would go and take care of business with Yen Sidrick.
Ooh. Okay, wait one second.
Do that
I wanted
tonight
to do
Hold on,
that.
how many weeks on
next
the boat?
time.
Because you said that we would get the diamonds a month, so several weeks.
Yeah, you got like a week left before the
Okay.
diamonds come. But I want to do, since you want to do that, I definitely want to do that right now. Ooh,
Cool.
I just have to open Kenka really quickly.
The feeling this will lead to a cliffhanger.
Oh no, this will be fun.
Yay, cliffhangers.
Missing memories. The quest Missing Memories. Alrighty. You go over to Yen Sidrick and you say what?
I think it's about time I took you up on your offer.
I see. Very well then. Let's do this in your dorm. It might knock you out for a couple of days.
Very well.
So you guys go into your dorm, and you see Yen Sidrick is in all of your dorms now. And you see he goes into Nox's room and shuts the door. Alrighty.
Can I watch? Dorsal asks.
Sure. What? I don't care.
Me too. because-
Nox, please make a Constitution saving throw.
I want to watch too.
Ooh. Okay.
With popcorn. With popcorn.
So, he gathers all the herbs and stuff. He grinds them up. He brews them into a potion and casts some unknown magic into it. As you drink it, he has his hand on your forehead, and he is chanting even more magic words that is unfamiliar to you. After you finish drinking it, it is as if you hit a brick wall as you become dizzy and you fall back into your, like, lying down in your bed. Everything is shrouded in a sort of haze. Nothing looks familiar, but you get the flash of two distinct memories. One is you chained up onto a table, not able to move, completely naked from head to toe, with a small towel wrapped around your waist, covering your private bits. You feel an intense burning in your forehead as they are inserting something into there that then sprouts out red hot, almost like melted iron is going through all the veins in your body as you see this grow from your head going down your chest, down past your legs, and down into your feet. The people around you are clergy. You remember these outfits. You've seen them before. They are the Church of the Saviors. Flashing to another memory, you find yourself in the midst of a forest. Unknown to you, an unknown to anything you have ever seen. Wandering through with a head filled with burning, you run across a Dampier who takes you in and makes you one of his. You feel that there was a deal struck at the time that he made you into a Dampier. However, for the life of you, you cannot remember anything about the deal whatsoever. The only word that comes to mind when thinking about it is the word deal. After that, you kind of wake up. Your head is still aching, and you feel a bit overwhelmed with this new sensation of what is going on.
You okay? Everything come?
That was a lot. He'd sort of like rub his eyes and his forehead.
Yes.
Wow.
The robes, however, just going back to the clergy, because now I'm going into the nitty-gritty. The robes from the clergy, as your headache is still kind of going, but a little bit waiting, and you get a little more information, you notice that they were a bit different. They had white robes, but the accents were more of a gold rather than of like a deep blue, as they normally were. This most likely means that they were high up on the list in terms of important people.
Okay. Well, now I certainly know where I have my distaste of the saviors from. This may take me some time to process. Is Yen Sidrick still present?
Yes.
I would look at him and say, I take it in the future there will be more.
Maybe. But for now, whatever came to light is whatever came to light. It might have to be a little more powerful next time, but we will see.
You have my thanks.
You are very welcome, child. He gets up to exit the dorm room.
I think just before he goes, Nox would quickly say, did you see any of that?
No. No, the ritual is for one to peer through. I do not have the ability to do so. I am not attached to your mind, after all.
I see. Okay. Probably like flop back down on the bed.
Okay. Everyone else just staring.
I guess
Dorso looks up before he leaves.
I'm
Dorso looks up before he leaves and he goes, ooh,
head out.
me next, me next.
I'm gonna go work out.
Unfortunately, this will not work on you. You have you have no memories to recover.
Aww.
Lost them all
And
permanently.
even if you forget something, you will remember it eventually. The mind works in mysterious ways. Some things
look at
might
Kirk.
just come back.
Aww. Dorsal's upset. He wanted to have some fun magic cast on him too.
I bid you all adieu.
Can you cast a random spell on me?
He snaps his fingers in your hair,
Damn it.
and you go back to blackface. Kidding. Kidding.
I was expecting polymorph.
You temporarily polymorph into a chicken with flaming hair.
Lovely. Very lovely.
Not
Everyone
strange
else
colour.
hears is clucks. And that is where we're gonna end things tonight.
All right.
Cool.
How do we
That's
all feel
productive.
after that bombshell?
I got my book stolen. I'm upset.
Nox got a bombshell and a half. I wrote that a while
I have
ago.
I have a theme of being turned into animals.
Yeah. You also have
Last time the dog, and then blink dog, and then this time the...
Actually, I want everyone to roll me one more perception check before we leave.
This just happens a lot.
I want to see if you all notice something.
I don't know.
Nox. Well, Nox, you wouldn't notice inherently because you were more focused on the things. So, I'm gonna throw yours out.
Yeah, he's preoccupied.
Damn it! I rolled an 8. I didn't see a damn thing.
Wow, you're a bright bunch.
All right. Did Dorsal? Did Dante roll? No, Dante. Are you gonna roll perception or no?
1 second.
Okay. Okay. So both Keck and Dante both notice that the cat seems to be avoiding Yen Sidrick when he was in the dorm.
Ooh, juicy.
And that's what we're
Cat
gonna...
knows Yen Sidrick, right? We were in Yen Sidrick's place when we first got the cat?
Yes.
Interesting.
Anyways, that's where we're gonna leave it. Hope you all have a great day or night wherever you're watching this, and whatever time you're watching this. And
You guys too.
goodbye.
Yeah.
Ciao, folks.